Hi everyone, and welcome to another Climb Harder video. My name is Sarah, and today we're going to be going through some mobility stretches and exercises to do for your hips and your lower body. So to start with today, we're going to start off standing, and we're going to start with just a simple quad stretch. So you're going to grab your foot, and you're going to try to bring up your heel towards your butt. Now for this stretch, what you want to do, even if you can't bring your foot all the way up to your butt, you really want to try to make sure that this leg is going straight down. You have a straight line coming down your torso, down to your knee, and you should be able to feel it in your quadricep, but then also up in here, coming up into your hip. And so we're going to be holding this for about 30 seconds. If you have something nearby, like a chair or a wall you can hang on to for balance, then feel free to use that. All right, now we're going to switch legs. So with the other leg, same thing, pick it up, try to bring your heel as close to your butt as you can, and then make sure that this leg is tucked in and you have that straight line coming down your body. All right. Next up, what we're going to do is just a forward fold. So standing from where you are, trying to hinge at your hips. You're going to bend forwards, leaning down, trying to touch your toes. If you can't, that's fine. Just get as far down as you can, and we're going to hold this again for about 30 seconds. Nice. All right, so coming back up standing, now we're going to take our feet farther apart, and we're going to start by just kind of bending straight down, getting our hands down here to touch the ground. Feel free to bring your feet out a little bit farther if it's not deep enough of a stretch for you, and you should be able to feel it all up the inside of your legs as well as in the back in your hamstrings. All right, great. So now we're going to slowly come back up into the middle. And now what we're going to do is another forward fold, but first we're going to start by crossing one foot over the other, just like this. And then just the same as the forward fold, we're going to slowly bend down, trying to get as low as we can. Now, you likely won't be able to get as low as you usually can in a forward fold, which is fine. But once you get low enough down, you should start to feel it in your calf of the foot that is in the back. So the leg that's in the back, you should feel it all up your calf. All right, and now we're going to switch legs. Okay, coming back up to standing. Now we're going to take our feet farther apart and we're going to come down into a really deep squat here. Now with this squat, it's usually most comfortable if you have your feet angled outwards, but if you want to try to make it harder yourself, you can angle your feet inwards and start to move your hips inwards. But I'm going to keep my feet outwards like this. Then what you're going to do is put your hands together, bring your elbows in between your legs, and you're going to slowly press with your elbows out onto your legs. All right, now we can slowly come down, sit on our butt. And for this next one, what we're going to do is you're going to sit with your feet straight out in front of you. And then with one foot, you're going to bring your knee out to the side and tuck that foot so that it's touching the inside of your other thigh. And then with one leg in and our other leg straight out, we're going to fold straight towards our opposite leg that's just straight out in front of us. Now there's two places you can feel this stretch. The first one is right in here in the inside of the thigh of your leg that's straight out. And the other space you might be able to feel it is back behind in your glute as well. Okay, and we're going to switch legs. So bring our other leg out front. Maybe move your legs around a bit if you need to. And then our other foot, again, coming in, touch the inside of our thigh. Right, sit up a little bit higher first, and then bend down towards your foot. Okay, coming out of it. Again, you can move your legs around a little bit here if you need to. Next up, we're going to come into a pigeon pose. So turning over, so you're on your hands and knees. What you're going to do is bring one knee out in front of you towards your hands, and then slowly kind of sit down on your hip. Now for this one, there's a couple things to keep in mind. One, if having your foot just straight out like this and bending down is too easy for you and almost relaxing rather than more of a deep stretch, what you can do is take your foot and start to move it more outwards, and then the stretch should become more intense. Also for this, you want to make sure that your hips are sitting straight over top of your leg and your hips aren't cocked out to the side like this while you're leaning down. Alright, that's 30 seconds, so we're going to change legs. So now your other leg, knee's going to come out towards your hands. lower yourself down. If it's too easy or too relaxing, then we're gonna bring our foot out a little bit more and then come back over into the stretch. Okay, we can slowly come out of this position. All right, now the next position that we're going to be doing is a lizard pose. So what you're going to do is come down onto your hands and knees like this. Then bringing one foot up to in between your hands like this. You're going to move your foot way out to the side. If you're on a mat, then you can have it just way off to one side of the mat. Bring your other hand in. So if I bring my hands back here, you can see my foot is over on the far side, and then I have my hands here. Then, once I'm nice and comfortable, I'm going to pick my back knee up off the ground, and then lower down with my hands, like this. Okay, you can bring that back knee down to the ground, come back up, and we're going to switch legs. So our other leg is going to be out in front. Maybe move it out a little bit farther if you need to. I'm going to come up on my back leg and then bring my elbow down to the ground. Okay, you can bring that back knee down. We're going to come back up. Now we're going to come back up to standing. Feel free to move your legs, move your hips around a little bit. All right, now we have one last stretch we're going to be doing today, and it is a back and forth side lunge. So what you're going to do is take your feet fairly far apart. You're going to come down onto one side like this. And try your best to keep your heels on the ground for this. We're going to hold this for a couple seconds, and then we're going to slowly transfer our weight over onto our other leg. Again, try to keep your heels on the ground. Hug your leg if you need to. We're going to hold this for a couple seconds, and then we're going to switch back. Switch back. Switch back. And then one last time, we're going to switch back over to our other leg. All right, we can come back down onto our butts. Okay, and that's it, everyone, for our lower body mobility for climbing today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you back here next week for another Climb Harder video.